Greetings, YouTube. This is Kamishita from Kamishita's Corner. Thank you for joining me today. I am making 2 batches of soap today. We're making Peppermint Pattie soap. That is an all-natural peppermint soap and Arabian spice. Yes, and right now you see me measuring out my oils. That's coconut oil I'm putting in the bowl right there. And now you see me measuring out some lye crystals. And then I'm gonna measure out the water. Everything is being done by weight. Because when you're making soap, everything is done by weight, not by volume. So I'm weighing out the water, weighing out the lye crystals, weighing out the oils. And here I'm mixing my lye to the water. Slowly adding in the lye crystals, little bit by time. Always want to do this in a nice open area where there's plenty of ventilation, near open window with a fan blowing so that any possible fumes, you will not inhale them because that will take your breath away. Alright, so now I'm adding some cocoa butter to my mixture. Normally I put shea butter in my mixture, in my soaps, but I didn't have any shea butter. So I did have some cocoa butter, so I decided to use cocoa butter. So I kind of retweaked my recipe to account for cocoa butter. And here, that's some dried peppermint leaves. So I'm not going to put any colorant in this. The dried peppermint leaves will be what will give this soap its personality. No colorant, just the dried peppermint leaves. So I put 1 level tablespoonful. And there I added my lye water, and here I'm adding the peppermint oils, essential oils, natural fragrances. Well, I should say natural scents. It's not a fragrance. It's an essential oil, which is natural. Fragrance oils are man-made. So here I put everything in at one time because it actually helps your soap batter to come to trace a little bit quicker when you put the essential oil in before you bring it to trace. And since I wasn't doing anything else with this, no designs or anything, I didn't need to have to work quickly, so it would help me to bring my soap batter to trace quick because I am making 2 batches without having to wait too long. So I put it in before I came to trace, which was fine with me. And as you can see, it's a nice thick trace there. And now I'm just scraping down my bowl, making sure all that wonderful soap batter is not missed and lost. Get all of that soap batter inside my mold. And I did tap it down to get out all the air bubbles, but I didn't show that. Now this is the second batch of soap that I made. So once again, everything is done by weight. When you're making soap, you must weigh out everything, not by volume. So I'm just showing you that I put a little titanium dioxide and some tea leaves in my oils. That's going to give it the look and the personality that I want for that soap. Now I'm just weighing out my lye there. Those are lye crystals that I'm weighing out. And then I'm going to add the lye crystals to the water. Now, just watch what happens. Because I added my lye crystals, I'm adding it to the water, and oh dear, look what happens. Yeah, I, for some strange reason, decided to use warm water. Now, when you're adding lye crystals to water, it already heats up. So it heated up even more and bubbled right on over. Now, good thing though that I was well prepared. I was going to edit this out, then I decided not to. In case you're a novice soap maker or you're interested in getting to soap making, this is the reason why we, one, tell you to take a class before you start. And make sure you always wear your safety gear. So I had my goggles on, I had my gloves on, I was properly, prepared. And that liquid you see me pouring on the table was some vinegar, because vinegar can help neutralize the lye. I've never had to use it before, but I did that so that when I'm cleaning up the lye, I'm not having any accidents or burns. So I neutralized the lye first and I cleaned it up well. And now I'm remixing another batch of lye water with cool water. Do not use hot water. I don't know what possessed me to use hot water. I don't know where my head was, what I was thinking, but it was warm water. And yeah, so, just like when you boil water on the stove, that's what happened, except, it's no stove here. The lye water heats itself up and it just boiled right on over. So here I used that other batch of lye to unclog my sink because I had a clogged sink in my bathroom. And I didn't have any Drano, so I didn't waste that lye. I used what was left and I unclogged my sink and now it's draining properly. And I remixed another batch of lye. And that's what you see me doing here. Now this bowl was a little wet, the bowl that the lye crystals were in. So I just had to take a little bit extra time to make sure I got all the lye out of that bowl. You're going to see me do that. And just keep stirring, stirring, stirring until all the lye crystals are fully melted. Oh, well, sorry for the siren noises outside, but we all know what's going on in the world today. We got the corona that we're dealing with. A lot of sirens. So you guys take care and be safe out there. All right. And peppermint soap is really good to help keep your respiratory lungs nice and open. So if you're having mild symptoms, this may be able to help. I don't know why the person who bought this decided to buy peppermint, if that was the reason why or not, but anyway. So now I'm adding my lye water to my oils, and by no means do I want you to think that peppermint soap is going to help you deal with coronavirus, because it will not. It can help open up the lungs, but if you're having any kind of sickness, please go to the hospital. Do not go to get peppermint soap. Go to the hospital. Make sure you get treated properly and do what they ask you to do. Alright, so we're mixing all that up here. Added my lye water. Trying to get a nice little trace going. Mixing it up, sticking. And then I'm going to add my fragrance oil. So now this one is a fragrance oil, Arabian spices. Nice fragrance. It's a newer one that I've been working with. And it's kind of a spicy cinnamon slash, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a spicy scent. It's like a bit of cinnamon, a bit of clove, a bit of allspice, or like a whole bunch of different spices that you might use to make a spiced tea. And that's what it smells like to me. It also has a dark color, so that's why I added the titanium dioxide to kind of offset the color, because that's going to make the soap batter a little bit yellow because it's already dark. And also it has a high vanillin content in this fragrance oil, which will turn the soap dark during the curing process. It'll have the soap go a little bit dark. So the titanium dioxide will help offset the color change that will happen when adding fragrances that have a high vanillin content to your soap. So the titanium dioxide and the tea leaves will help give this its personality. Okay, so we're just going to make sure this is clean off the stick blender. Don't leave any of that wonderful soap behind. We don't want to waste anything. Alright, so we're just getting the last bits of soap out of there. We're going to put that aside and move things around so we can pour the soap into our mold. Excuse my arm, people. Okay, so that's me putting my vinegar aside again. Putting the soap mold in the center of the screen. And then we're going to pour, you can see how thick that is. Nice thick batters. We didn't have to do any designs here. We're making it a more of a natural look. And that's me making a mess as I pour the soap into the mold. Like always making a mess. But that's okay, we just clean that up. And then we're going to get the rest of the soap into the mold. Make sure we scrape that bowl. There we go. You don't want to leave any of that wonderful soap behind. Scrape the bowl, scrape, scrape, scrape the bowl. Alrighty, here we go. Getting all that wonderful soap out. And now all that's left to do is to clean up the little bit of mess that I made along the side of the mold. I'm using my finger for some of that. Just kind of get that soap off the side of the mold, and then we're going to use our chopstick and scrape it a little bit more. And scrape the sides down. There we go. And then we'll pick up our soap mold and take it off to screen. And what we're doing is tapping it down right now. You can't see that, but that's me tapping it down, trying to get out any possible air bubbles that might arise, especially when you pour soap batter at that thickness. A lot of times it might leave some air bubbles, and we don't want that. It won't hurt the soap, but aesthetically, that's not what we want to see. And when you buy soap, you know, hopefully would like to have a bar of soap that doesn't have a big hole in the middle. Okay, so this is me attempting to texture the top and not liking it, how it was looking, so I decided to scrap that. And then I realized that the soap was kind of in the mold a little bit uneven, so I attempted to pull some of the soap batter down to the other end of the mold. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna tap that down one more time just to make sure it's even. And the top is a little flatter again, and I can tap that down and bring it back and do a different texture this time. And this time we're gonna use my spoon. See if that comes out better. Let's see. I think I like it. Yep, that's looking a little bit better. Let's try the other side. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. That looks like that's going to do. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. And this is our Arabian spice soap. Nicely textured at the top. And that's the Peppermint Pattie. And thank you guys for watching me today. Please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notifications bell so you will not miss when I upload the next video. You could also look at the links below and join me on all of my other social media pages. And you could also join me on Patreon and have access to exclusive content that we do not show on YouTube. You can join for as little as $3 a month. Alrighty. Thank you so much. You can check it out and see if there's anything you might